We spoke on the bonus show last week about Jared Fogle, the spokesperson for Subway sandwiches, being convicted for child porn possession. He pled guilty to allegations that he paid for sex with young girls as old as 16 and receiving child porn. We didn't talk about it on the regular show because it just didn't really seem like that big of a story. But we now have what is definitely a much bigger story, which is the allegations and some accusations that Subway covered up his pedophilia dating all the way back to 2008. Cindy Mills exchanged phone numbers with Jared Fogle after they met at an event, according to Robert Beasley, her lawyer. And after Fogle began talking about paying for sex with minors, for example, which if you're at a party, Lewis, that's a way to make the record stop, so to speak, to start casually talking about paying kids for sex. She went to a regional Subway contact and said, hey, listen, this guy is talking about paying kids for sex. And reportedly, when Mills alerted Jeff Moody, who was in charge of the Subway Advertising Trust Fund, which handles the company's marketing, Subway did not do anything about it whatsoever. Subway was asked to comment on this late last week. They merely said, we have no record of the complaints that Ms. Mills says exist. According to her attorney, Mills offered to show Moody the text messages from Jared Fogle, but Moody stopped her and said he doesn't want to hear any more. Moody said that he had dealt with similar comments and reassured Mills that Fogle had met a teacher who would get him grounded. To me, it was confirmation that they knew about it, says Beasley. Think about what this would have meant to Subway. They have this hugely successful ad campaign based around the insane idea that a hugely overweight guy got in shape by eating Subway sandwiches, as if the sandwiches themselves are healthy as opposed to just not eating as much and exercising. You certainly don't want that cash train to stop, Lewis.
No, like you said, probably one of the most successful ad campaigns of our time.
He was spectacular for business. In the same year that Mills reported Fogle for casually mentioning that he likes paying kids for sex, Subway was announcing to the world that their business had doubled since the first Jared commercial. For a company of that size, doubling your business is absolutely incredible. So what impact does this have on you, right? If the wilted shredded lettuce wasn't keeping you away from Subway, if the spongy bread wasn't already keeping you away from Subway, maybe the apparent cover-up of child sex solicitation will keep you away, Lewis?
I think it's foolish to think that this would never come to light, that you could hide this forever. But at the same time, if you are in the middle of this campaign, what do you really do? If you just stop the campaign and Jared no longer appears in any commercials, people will probably start wondering why.
But what's a bigger problem? People wondering why the spokesperson for a sandwich company all of a sudden isn't the spokesperson, or a huge corporation covering up child sex abuse?
Well, if people start wondering, they'll start digging and they might discover what it is you are hiding. And so ultimately, of course, it's all about money. And this was a business decision, and cash is king.
Send me your thoughts on this. Does this change your opinion of Subway? If you go to Subway, will you stop going? Because it appears they may have been complicit in not doing anything about the Jared Fogle child sex purchasing and child porn and the whole thing.